On this episode of the podcast, I'm going to talk about Neighbours, Spreadsheets and Working Solo. Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Luke's Talking Podcast with me, Luke. How are you doing? I hope you're going okay. Now, first little story I've got here for you. Now, do you have one of those do you have a annoying neighbour from hell? Do you have one of them? Yeah, no, maybe. We have a bit of a nosy neighbour in our street, and which can be handy at times, but also annoying. And they're also like a bit of a clean freak as well. And, I like things a particular way, I guess you could say. Anyway, the other day, actually the other week, they were hosing down their fence, right? Which is like, okay, it's a fence. Why are you washing it? But it was like, whatever, that's okay. That's something said neighbour would do. So I was like, whatevs. Anyway, and then all of a sudden, they were on the other side of the fence, washing down like their neighbour's side of the fence. So I'm just like, leave it. And also washing down the neighbour's driveway. Like, why? What are you doing? Why are you washing the fence in the first place? I mean, you're a bit of a clean freak. Okay, fair enough. But then, why are you washing down the neighbour's side of the fence? And then, why are you then hosing down the neighbour's driveway? Just leave it. Leave it. It's a fence, okay? It doesn't need to be cleaned. Leave the fence alone. Brittany, leave the fence alone. Just, yeah. I saw it and I was like, yeah, okay. Cleaning the fence, not a big deal. Oh, now they're on the neighbour's side of the fence cleaning it. Okay. Why? Oh, and they're also you're hosing down the neighbour's driveway. Why? I mean, you're probably sitting there listening to this thinking, just, this is why you're talking about this. But I just found it really unusual and intriguing. They've gone from, like, them hosing down the fence, I can handle, but then going on the other side and doing the neighbour's side of a fence, I was like, okay, you've taken it up a notch, and then hosing the neighbour's driveway, like that's at least up 3 notches. It has increased thrice the number of notches. Like, it was just, okay, odd, bizarre. Do you hose your fence? There's a question. Do you hose your fence? And if you do you then hose, like, your neighbour's side of a fence? Do you hose anything that's your neighbour's? Or do you just stay in your own yard and hose your own stuff? Send us a tweet, email, all that jazz. Why not? Woo. How much do you, like, when you're making a major purchase, how much do you do research? Do you do a bit of a spreadsheet? Do you not? Do you, like, just buy stuff on a whim? Like a major purchase, you're like, yeah, we'll get that one. Well, I have got myself, actually today, I picked up a new bicycle, and it's snazzy. It's spicy. It is spicy. Now, what I did, though, before I made my decision on this particular bike was intense research. Was it? Maybe not intense. But anyway, what I did is I went around all the bicycle shops in town. I say all the bike shops. I went to all but one. And the one I missed out sells only mountain bikes. So I wanted a road bike, so I didn't go there. Right. Anyway, so I went to, how many do we have? We have 3, 4. We have about 5. We have about 5 bike shops in town. So I went to all 5, and I said to the guy at the shop, I want this, I want to spend about this much. And they were like, yep, well, you can get this, this, and this. And this. So I was like, okay. So then I came home after I'd been to all the bike shops. I didn't go to all the bike shops on one day, though. I went to like one every day, I don't know, it took me about a week or so, maybe 2 to go around all the shops. I did one like every second day. So after I'd been around all the bike shops and had been given some options, I've then made a spreadsheet of all the bikes. So I started at the cheapest. Actually, no, I did it in alphabetical order. Oh, actually, well, I went with price. I went like the 1,000 to 1,500 price range and had the bikes in alphabetical order. And then I had like the 1,500 up and then had the bikes in alphabetical order. So then I had, the bicycle's price, the brand, weight, if I could get it, gears, all that information that I could gather. And then what I did is after I had my spreadsheet, I emailed a friend of mine and we had a look at the spreadsheet. I called him and we went through his spreadsheet and we, went through the bikes and we're like, no, colour that one red. We're not interested in that. Colour that one orange, could be a possibility. Colour that, these ones green, which are a dead certain. Spoilers, I went with the bike that was the most expensive, but it was on sale. It was about $500 off retail price, the price I paid. And yeah, it was the most expensive bike. However, it was the best. It had the best gears. It just had the best components. So, and because it was $500 off, it took it from like 2.5. It took it from, low twos to sort of mid to high hundreds. And for, the price I got that for was like 100, was about, I'm hitting papers here on my desk, was about $150 or so dollars more than, the next bike down or the next bike on the list, but it was $150 more better, if that makes sense. The extra bit components and things, if I was to get, would cost, it would cost me more than $150. Does that make sense? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, made a spreadsheet and went through all the bikes, got rid of I won't say the bad ones, but got rid of the ones that were probably not as good of value for money, could I say, and made a decision, made a purchase, and I picked the bad boy up today. So if anybody out there follows me on Insta, very good chance there's going to be a picture of it on Instagram. Yeah, follow me or don't. I mean, I'm not your boss. I'm not your boss. Or am I? Maybe one day I will be. Boss who's talking. Doo-doo-doo. Speaking of bosses, what a smooth segue. I was my own boss for a couple of days at work last week. Now, my co-worker who is my superior, I'll say that. They were away at some awards. They got nominated for an award and they won an award. So I have an award-winning co-worker. But they went off to some awards that were in Vegas. So I had to hold down the fort at my job for a couple of days, which I initially was rather nervous about. However, a particular co-worker, I had a couple of co-workers that helped me out. And, if I needed any help with anything, I could go to them. And they helped me out with things that I needed, which was really, really good. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a disaster. How's this going to work? But my co-worker who went away said, they were like, if I didn't think you could do it, I wouldn't leave you here by yourself. So that was a good little bit of confidence, a good little bit of, they've got a bit of faith in my abilities, which was nice, because I wouldn't say that I'm somebody who would go, oh yeah, geez, I'm great at this. I'd be like, yeah, I mean, I can do it, but probably averagely, but apparently I'm the best. They say that quite often. But yeah, so I was a bit nervous with things. I had the work phone as well, and I had to manage like 4 emails. No, I was right the first time. Like 3 emails I had to manage, had to look after the phone. So it was not as bad as I was expecting. I thought it's going to be an absolute disaster. It's going to be a circus. It's going to be a drama. But, well, there was a few small things that I had to sort out, but they weren't too dramatic or hard. There was one particular situation I was like, ooh, I need an adult. So I called the big boss, the main cheese. Well, they're sort of like the mid-range cheese. Anyway, I called one of the cheeses, said, this is the sitch. They were like, right, okay, do this. And that was okay. That was sorted. That was under control. So, yeah, I looked after things, didn't louse anything up, which was superb. Absolutely superb. And next week, I think I've got to do at least one day solo. So, given last week's experience, I don't think it'll be as daunting, but we'll see how we go. Well, that is it for this episode of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, you can tweet me at L_who's talking. You can send me an email, lucastalkingpod@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook. Yeah, actually, I don't post much on social media on the pod pages, so I should probably get better at that. But I don't know. What do you say? What do I post? Oh, I have a teaser for next week's episode. I saw a cat and it had it was wearing a fez. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'll catch you next time. Bye. Geez, I wish I had a fez. What about like a hippo and a flat cap? That'd be the stuff, wouldn't it?